Data Jockey here, machine learning for Victorian racing. Race 8 at Flemington, Saturday 1 August 2026. Let us get straight into it. Right here is the quick summary for Race 8 at Flemington, and this is one worth paying attention to. Two selections from the model today. Curvolante is the place selection, that is the top pick, the one the model is most confident about. And Duchess Zoo is in the same race multi as the top 4 selection. Not a standalone place selection, the same race multi only. So if you are short on time, there it is. Curvolante for the place, same race multi combining both. But do yourself a favor and stay with us, because what the model is seeing in this race is genuinely interesting, and understanding it will help you make a more informed decision. Let us break it down. Race 8 Flemington, 7 runners today, which means the top 2 pay a place dividend. Here is the first thing worth knowing: the model's top selection is not the favorite. That tells you straight away the model is seeing value somewhere the market has not priced in. That gap between data and market is exactly the kind of race this model was built to find. 2 selections on the board today, a place pick and a same race multi combination. And as always, this is not a forced pick. The model only shows up when there is genuine value to report. Today there is. Let us get into the detail. Before I get into the picks, a quick word on how this works, because it is genuinely different to anything else you will find in the tipping space. The selections come from a machine learning model that continuously learns from Victorian racing results. Every single race meeting, every result, every finishing position feeds back into it. This is not a set-and-forget system. It is live, it is learning, and it gets sharper with every race run in Victoria. Now here is the part that really sets it apart. Most tipsters, most models out there are chasing the winner. I made a completely different call. This model was built from the ground up to find place finishers, horses that hit the top positions and pay a place dividend. That is a fundamentally different problem to finding the winner, and it demands a completely different approach. The model weighs up dozens of variables across the entire field at once. Things that interact with each other in ways that no human analyst could ever track manually. Pace, distance, field composition, historical patterns, how each horse matches up against these specific rivals on this specific day. All of it simultaneously. That is the power of building it this way. If you want to go deep on the methodology, how the model was actually built, what it looks at, how it was trained, the link is in the description below. Check it out when you get a chance. But for today, I have got race 8 to get through, and the model has some strong opinions. Let us get into the picks. Pick 1, the model's top selection for race 8. Curvolante, currently 4th in the market, not the favorite, not the headline horse, just sitting there in the market at a price that the model thinks is completely wrong. And that gap between what the market thinks and what the model thinks, that is exactly the kind of value this model looks for. Now I am going to be straight with you about something, because I think it actually makes you trust this more, not less. I cannot give you one clean reason why the model has landed on Curvolante. That is genuinely not how it works. It is not saying this horse loves Flemington or has a great record at this distance, or whatever the standard form guide would tell you. That kind of single-factor analysis is what everyone else is doing. The model is doing something completely different. It is processing dozens of variables simultaneously. Track conditions, distance, field size, the specific horses in this race today, historical patterns across thousands of Victorian races. All of it at once, finding relationships between those variables that no human eye could spot. And that is the entire point. If I could reduce it to one sentence, you would not need the model. You could just read the form guide yourself. What I can tell you, and this is what matters, is that the market has Curvolante at 4th in the market, and the model has it as the top pick for race 8. That gap is where the value is. That gap is what this model was built to find. This model was built to find place finishers, not winners. So when it rates a horse as the top pick, it is saying this horse fits the historical pattern of horses that hit the places. That is a different lens entirely to what most analysts are working with. Curvolante for the place. Top 2 finish in a 7-runner field. That is what the model is saying about race 8. For entertainment purposes only, please make your own informed decision before placing any bet. Pick 2, Duchess Zoo, currently second in the market. Now this one is a different kind of selection to pick 1, and it is worth understanding the distinction clearly. The model sees Duchess Zoo finishing in the top 4, but not necessarily in top 2. That is a crucial difference. The data does not support a standalone place selection here. It does support the same race multi as the top 4 selection. Now that might sound like a technicality, but in a 7-runner field, it is meaningful. The top 2 pays a place dividend, 4th does not, so a place selection on Duchess Zoo on its own is not what the model is suggesting. The same race multi is where it fits. Think about what the model is actually saying about Duchess Zoo. It belongs in this race. It fits the profile of a horse that finishes in the top 4 in this field, but whether it gets into top 2, that is less certain. For the same race multi, top 4 is enough. Curvolante top 2, Duchess Zoo top 4. That is the combination the model is pointing to for race 8. The same race multi for race 8. Curvolante as a top 2 finisher, Duchess Zoo as a top 4 finisher. Check your wagering provider for availability on this market. Now before you consider placing it, something worth being clear about, because it is easy to get this confused. These are 2 completely different bet types with completely different probability profiles. They are not interchangeable, and they are not equally likely to land. The place selection on Curvolante is the higher probability option. The model is more confident in that outcome. Lower return, yes, but a stronger chance of landing. That is where the model has the most confidence for race 8. The same race multi is the longer odds option. Both legs need to land, Curvolante in top 2, Duchess Zoo in the top 4. Lower probability than the place alone. But the return if both land is meaningfully better. You do not have to consider both. The place selection on Curvolante is where the model has the strongest signal. The same race multi is there for those who want to explore the longer odds option. Whatever you decide, go in with a clear understanding of what each bet requires. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please make your own informed decision. If today's full card is what you are after, every race has a dedicated video, all collected in the playlist, uploaded ahead of race 1. Worth browsing the other races to see which selections fit what you are after. Combining multiple model selections into a place multi is something some punters do. Your wagering provider can explain how that works. Whatever you decide, make sure it is your own informed call. One more thing worth repeating, check for scratchings before placing any bet, since they can completely reshape a race on the day. For race 8, the model's place selection is Curvolante. The playlist has the rest of the card, and if you have not subscribed, this channel runs for every Victorian meeting, every race day, entirely free. And that is race 8 Flemington done. The place selection is Curvolante, with the same race multi-combination sitting at Curvolante top 2 and Duchess Zoo top 4 for anyone chasing the longer odds. Results are tracked and posted publicly every week without exception, every good week and every bad one included. That ongoing record, built up week after week, is the fairest way to judge whether this model is genuinely worth following, rather than taking any single claim on faith. As always, this is purely for entertainment purposes. Please make your own informed decisions and gamble responsibly. See you in the next video.